Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Agilcast channel. It's Professor Ruff. Apologize, I haven't been dropping videos like that. I've had to face some other challenges going on in my life that requires full focus and my attention. So I'm dealing with that. I only dropped one video sometime in January, and I thought I could do more, but I had to divert my time and resources to focusing on the other aspects of what's going on in my life right now. But I've had time tonight to talk about important topic such as self isolation. Um, I People need to know how to take small doses of self isolation, especially when you're drowning in problems, when you're taking losses, but and you're trying to rebound and regroup, come back strong, try to get some kind of clarity or self drive, any type of self improvement. But isolation should not only be used when you're going through challenges. Sometimes it could be used to see how you can uh, um, maintain a goal, because sometimes we as human beings, we try to achieve a goal and that's all that matters, and we tunnel vision. But when you get the goal, so what's the next step? Sometimes you got to maintain that goal, or you even try to conquer and move a step beyond that goal. And intermittent self-isolation is key, and I've been doing that. I started taking this approach more seriously later in my adult life. Pretty much I started doing this really recently, but I've been doing it in my teen years. Um, I was self isolate for a while. I'll be really standoffish. Uh, um, I'll be like, what's that word? Antisocial. Just cut people off. But I don't used to do that very well, because then it's a form of that kind of self isolation is pretty much form of attention seeking or whatever it's called. But growing up, I've tend to use it in a more positive manner, especially tackling on the world. We as men, even human beings, men and women, but mostly men. Self isolation is key. Um, One of the things I do when I'm self isolating, it's just I cut the noise out, I cut the distractions, I go into deep thoughts. Um, I think a lot. Um, I think a lot, but also what I do is also maintain a healthy living by working out. Um, I work out, but when I self isolate, doesn't mean I don't talk to people. It's just that I don't have social life. I kind of stay away from people a little bit. I tend to be focused on mind my business. I'm really straight direct. But after a while, I try to relax a little bit and let my guard loose after I've rebounded from whatever I'm going through. But sometimes it's not only when you're going through challenges in life. It's sometimes it's when you're trying to maintain, you've achieved the goal, and you're trying to see what's next, or you're trying to maintain that level of achievement or solidify your position. Sometimes self isolation is good. I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired right now. Um, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. Um, the online community call it monk mode. Monk mode is basically a time of increased discipline, focus, productivity, living with intent, and committing yourself to a goal. Depending on your actual goal, it can mean a lot of things. Um, if you ever look at the Shaolin monks or like the Chinese movie, you see the monks up in the mountains or somewhere isolated, and they just meditating and you know doing their thing, training, and would that name be praised, that type of stuff. They just go into that deep thinking. um, they look younger, they look healthier. um, they cut a lot of distractions, they wear robes, their head, there's no hair on their head, everything is meek. It's a very, very daunting um, journey to embark on. But if you take that concept, that monk concept, and apply it to intermittent self isolation so that you can rebound from whatever issues that you're going through in life, it does work. Um, Sometimes I go through my own personal problems and things are not going the way I think it's supposed to go. Sometimes um, what I want is not necessarily what I need. I may want something and things might not be going my way, but just because things are not going exactly the way I want them to go doesn't mean I don't get to achieve the result that I want. Again, that all goes into, okay, what am I doing wrong? Or what are these distractions that are going on? Do I go into self isolation? And going into self isolation doesn't mean I just hate everybody, I'm mad at the world or whatever it is. It just could mean that, hey, I need to go over here and just do some reflective thinking. Through reflective thinking, I can self correct. And self correcting could mean, hey, and it's not always trying to achieve material things or whatever, social status. It could mean how I relate with people. Okay, people think I'm too direct, or people think I'm too straightforward. I'm a little bit antisocial, or certain things that I need to work on. I go back and I go into self isolation, and sometimes self isolation can take anywhere from 3 days to a week or to even a month. My self isolation time can take anywhere from a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months, but I don't let it go on too long. I come back out there to let people know that, hey, I'm okay. I'm all right. I had to self isolate a little bit. I don't have to explain that I'm self isolating. That's just for me. But I let people know that I'm okay. Things are good. And whatever I was working on during monk mode or self isolation, I try to put it into practice and become practical with it, and trying to change my deficiencies, if I should use that word. So, one of the things that I want to advise men in self when they self isolate, just don't self isolate and think the world is against you. Use that moment to um understand what's going on by shutting out the outside noise, and that will help provide clarity, might open um, new perspectives. Use that time to exercise and cut bad habits, like every once in a while, I would smoke a black and mild. I had to self isolate and think about quitting smoking black and mild. So now I quit black and mild. It's been damn near 2 months I smoked the black and mild. Every once in a while, no cigarettes or whatever, but I try not to smoke, and I will quit, and the habit will come back. This time around, I wanted to promise myself that, hey, I need to cut, you know, any form of smoking or whatever. So also, I need to, you know, um, work on my personal health by exercising more and getting to my exercise regimen, and also handle some of my academic obligations that I got going on here, and that required me to self isolate and pretty much decompress. And okay, what am I doing wrong? Why am I really stressing that causes me to smoke, or causes me to drink tequila too much, or whatever it is? So I self isolate. I start thinking. I reflect. If I have any questions, even when I go out into the world and I talk to people, that's my opportunity to bring those questions that I developed through self isolation to get answers from other people so I can become the best version of myself. But I wanted to make this short video. I'm trying to get back into making videos again. This video is really, really like a freestyle video just off the cuff. And the reason why I'm doing it is because I self isolated what in December. I thought in December, late December, I was gonna do some videos. I was gonna have some time to do some videos, but other challenges, other obligations, other focus and challenge things that I needed to attend to came up. So it's all about prioritizing, right, and committing your time and resources. So I had to cut doing the video. Then I thought in January I would come back and start doing videos. I just like, man, I wasn't motivated in doing videos, but I think I want to start back up in doing some of these vlogs for you guys and put out tips out there so that you guys can take my experience and apply it to yourself and become better versions of yourself. Um, so one of the things that I've been doing was not only taking care of my responsibilities, but I worked out a lot, man. And my health outcome as far as you know, risk of diabetes and stroke and heart disease and cardiovascular issues minimized. And that was due to self isolation. I went into monk mode. When we was growing up, me and my little youngest back in the day, I call them youngest, they grown men now. Um, I was a little bit older than them. We used to call it jihad. I go into jihad mode. Other people call it monk mode. I call it jihad mode. And when I go into jihad mode, it's just like I just go off the grid. Even if I'm not off the grid, I just not be that social. I cut off the noise and I try to focus on some of the immediate issues that I'm dealing with. And I think that I've overcome or I've made some strides with my challenges or issues, and I come back into the world and try to socialize with people. But you cannot stay in self isolation for too long. It does kills your soft skills and your social skills. And one of the things I'm trying to do right now is improve my social skill. I'm not really a social person like that, but I'm trying to improve my social skills. And it was through self isolation. Like, damn, for you to expand your network, you need to be social. You need to know how to um, capitalize on soft skills. So that's one of the things that I'm working on right now is to improve on my soft skills and on my social skills, so I can start expanding my network and meeting new people and getting new ideas. But who knows where this journey is going to take me? Well, um, another thing about self isolation, it does make you sit back and instead of focusing on a tree, you focus on the forest. And that's what self isolation does for you. It provides that clarity. And it also gives you a sense of um, optimism that helps you create a drive. And sometimes there's this thing that I like to call the lazy mind. You know, I think we as human beings, we are enemies to ourselves. And I don't want to use the word enemies. I think we're worse on us. And I'm not mean one person being worse on the other person. I mean you're worse on your individual self. And sometimes you have to battle that mentality that limits you from trying to push that stride forward. And I'm really going off the limb here to like explain this. It takes a lot of mental grit, and mental grit, not everybody has that. And sometimes even in mental grit, when you're lacking in mental grit, guess what helps you restore your mental grit and your mental toughness? Self isolation. But you have to know how to balance self isolation and also coming out into the world and socializing and building your network. But I'm gonna leave this video at the 50-minute mark. I didn't want to do um I didn't want to do a long video tonight. This is just gonna be a short video talking about self isolation, going into monk mode, going into jihad mode. But it's all about building yourself to become the best version of yourself, building your character, and sitting back and looking at your problem with a different lens. Because when you don't do that, you find yourself tunnel visioning, find yourself having that scarcity fear scarcity mindset. You start making irrational decisions. You start making emotional decisions. And the worst thing that I can do as a man right now, because I've made those mistakes a lot growing up, and I can't do that growing up as a man, is making emotional decisions. When I make decisions, it has to be clear thinking and with rational thoughts. So most of the mistakes that the consequences, some of the consequences that I'm going through, life that I'm, you know, were due to emotional decisions, and it had to take a lot of maturity for me to grow out of making decisions emotionally. So, and instead of making emotional decision, I shut down and I self isolate so I can get some clarity. So if I'm making a decision, it's not coming with emotions. I see a clear path to how I'm going to solve a problem. And while it might look like, hey, that might look emotional to some other people, but they're not me. I know what I'm doing, you know. Um, Quick reaction to events or negative events are usually caused by emotional thoughts. So the best way to do slow things down is to calm down and sometimes just self isolate. And when you come back, you have a methodical way, a methodical way, a methodical way. My tongue is rolling. Um, to address your issues. And everything is clear, concise, and it's with rational thought. You're not just doing something because of the need to feel better about yourself. But anyway, I'm gonna stop this video right now, and hopefully, I can do more videos. I'm trying to get into the groove on putting out more self improvement videos and react to. I'm gonna be doing reaction videos, very few reaction videos, but I'm gonna be reacting to some important topics. Um, I want to start set some conversations going, and you know, I'm we'll see. Things are are slowing down for me right now, so I'm gonna be able to do more videos, but I'm still not out of the woods yet. I'm still got to do this thing over here and get things straight over here. But it's my hope to keep putting out knowledge and stimulating people's minds. Anyway, um, good night, folks. Talk to you later. See you on my next video. All right, and broadcast.